Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next Dungeons & Dragons race review. Today we will be talking about the Halfling. Yes, the tiny little race. They are of course the smallest race in the game, so small size. Their favorite class is Rogue, because they're kind of a sneaky little bunch. Um, Want to get right down to it, they have +2 to their dexterity and a -2 to strength, which is basically the normal bonuses you get for being small. So basically, they're just a small human, which in a lot of regard, they are really just small humans. Um, Really, their physical stats are basically they just shrunk them down to an eighth the size, so 1/8 the weight, 1/2 the height, and 1/2 the width, and 1/2 the girth. So yeah, eighth the size, which makes a lot of sense. Now, what the halfling? What is he exactly? They're rumored to be descended from humans or something like that. It's hard to say exactly. No one really knows what a halfling is exactly. They tend to keep to themselves a lot. Um, yeah, they like to hide. Um, they keep their little villages out in some farmland, and they just stick with that. They're not really city dwellers at all. They they like to keep it nice and rural. Very pleasant folk. No one really dislikes the halfling. A lot of people don't really know much about the halfling. They just, when they see him, they're like, oh, a halfling, a little human. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. Seems pleasant enough. So yeah, the halflings are actually fairly well liked by most of the races. They get along especially well with humans. Gnomes get along with them largely because hey, they're the same size, and they both got to deal with all these big people. And gnomes are actually a little bit bigger, fair amount bigger actually, but they're both little, so they kind of got that in common. Um, and of course the half, of course, elves find them uh, something of a curiosity. Dwarves really don't have a problem with them. Halflings are just pretty well liked, pretty likable guys for the most part, which is interesting because they're really sneaky and tend to go rogue, which generally people don't like rogues. Yeah, because you gotta watch your back with those guys. But anyways, getting a little bit off topic there, despite the fact that that is their favorite class. But what else is there about the halfling? Halflings are incredibly lucky, which is why they get a +2 to all of their saves. I think it's a +2. Might only be a +1. It's been a while since I've looked it up. But basically, then it's a luck bonus, so it stacks with everything. So that's actually pretty cool. Um, if you're playing a halfling, your character is going to be more resilient in every possible way. So that's pretty dang cool. Um, Now, why would a halfling choose to adventure? That's actually a good question. I mean, the other races, well, I didn't really mention that at all, but with the halfling, it's actually a good question because halflings are really a rural bunch. They're an agrarian people, so why would they adventure? They're perfectly content just staying at home. So why would they take that step? Well, a lot of reasons. But you're going to have to come up with a reason for your character. Why did he choose to do that? Or why did she choose to do that? That's something you're going to have to try and figure out. Is your village under attack? That's possible. A little bit cliche, but certainly possible. Maybe you're a little bit of a rebel. You don't, like the agrarian way of life. You want to see some adventures. You got that need for adventure. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're the village thief and they kicked you out. That's certainly a possibility, especially if you want to play as a rogue. Probably wouldn't work very well if you're going to play any other class. Well, there's a couple others that might work, but certainly wouldn't work for a lot of classes. Like if you're going to play a paladin, yeah, that's not going to work out so well. Can't see a paladin ever being a thief. But anyways, again, getting a little off topic. But yeah, so Definitely a good question to think about if you're going to play the Halfling. Why are you adventuring? What's your role in the party? How is they're going to like you? Well, likely you'll be the rogue, although you could be a lot of other stuff. It's possible you'd be the monk, although tend to be a little bit less effective as compared to other monks due to your smaller size. Decent casters. Halflings actually make pretty good clerics and wizards and sorcerers, and druids actually a fairly common one. Um, yeah, probably be worshiping Yondala too, um, the halfling god, which is actually a god of nature. So yeah, definitely something that would be a good combo for a halfling. Is to go druid, and really it's a useful. Uh, it's really useful because they're so small, uh, which really size doesn't matter when casting spells. So that comes in handy. And with the animal companion and all that, you can still have your animal companions and wild shape into all sorts of different sizes. So you have you can get rid of your size with your wild shape, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you can even in epic levels have a halfling uh, morph into a wild shape into great worm gold dragon. That'd be kind of cool to see. Takes a couple of epic feats to pull it off, but I think 3 or 4. But still, it can be done and would be pretty cool to see. Just someone so small turn into something that huge. But anyways, don't have a whole lot more to say about the halfling. They're just a very pleasant, um, very simple, pleasant agrarian people. That's really all there is to them. Anyways, if there's anything you wanted to say, feel free to leave something in the comments. Please like the video. I definitely could use the support. Um, Subscribe to my channel. I always welcome that. Anyways, I'm Mitch. I'll be seeing you.